is a child-centered educational approach. You can take points. You will get the handout. I'm going to send the handout I used the other time and this one to you. So don't stress yourself on taking the note one by one, word for word. Just jot points. Now, the Montessori method developed by Dr. Maria Montessori is a child-centered educational approach based on scientific observations of children from birth to adulthood. It is in Nigeria that we have Montessori stopping at age 6. In the West and in a lot of foreign countries where Montessori has been accepted, Montessori runs till 24 years. There is a Montessori University in Honolulu, Japan, a Montessori University. There you can actually get a degree, a first degree in Montessori as a teacher or as a lecturer or as a professor. So the Montessori method developed by Dr. Maria Montessori is a child-centered educational approach based on scientific observations of children from birth to adulthood. It views children as naturally eager for knowledge and capable of initiating learning in a supportive and well-prepared learning environment. Underline those two words: supportive and well-prepared. Supportive and well-prepared. These are the two key important factors in running a good Montessori school. How many of you have a plan of having your own school? How many of you? Just 3. The other can come.
I'm already running it.
You okay? Yes, I saw through your receipts. You are Bisolanko. Oh yeah, you are the last woman standing.
I didn't know.
I said, how many of you have plans to run a Montessori school, your own? Okay, so everybody. So take your time to listen to me very well. Now, eager for knowledge and capable of initiating learning in a supportive and well-prepared learning environment. The curriculum is designed to support holistic development, allowing children to progress at their own pace based on their stage of development and interests. Their stage of development. So there is what we call age-appropriate activities. Age-appropriate activity. Now, if I take a child to the bead cabinet, that's the bead cabinet behind you. If I take a 2-year-old or 3 to that bead cabinet, I'm just telling the child to go and play with toys. Because as at the stage of that bead cabinet, maths is already getting complex. The earliest I can introduce a child to the bead cabinet is age 4, most appropriate age 5, because it's talking about multiplication of digits. It starts from 1 and runs through 10. 1 from here and runs through 10, and then it multiplies 5 times. You understand? So we have it in flats, we have it in cubes. That is multiplication in cubes, in fives, in flats. You understand? So they are age appropriate. They are the things we call age appropriate activities in Montessori. Age appropriate. Now, the 5 key areas of learning. The Montessori curriculum is built around 5 core areas of study, each with its own set of specially designed materials and activities. Now, if you look at, can you raise your face up? We have that 5 area here. Where I'm sitting down from here, the beginning of this shelf to the end is geography. Everything here is geography. Now, from that, those things that stood like human, this one, yes, they are called fraction skittles. That is maths. Maths. From this point here, yes, down is maths. Now, by the end of that standing shelf, the shelf behind that, where you have that ring light, is language. That is language, like that. Now, from here, behind you, like this, that is practical life till this place. And this is sensorial. These are sensorial materials. So you see, you have the 5 learning areas, and they all have their specific materials. And as a Montessori professional, you must know how to use all of these materials, or every single one. You must know how to use it before you leave this place. You must know how to use every single one. So much so that when you see them independently outside, you should be able to relate with them that, oh, this is a geography material, this is a maths material, this is a sensorial material. So let's go into the learning areas. The Montessori curriculum is built around 5 core areas of study, each with its own set of materials, specially designed for activities. Areas of learning: primary focus, example, activities and materials. Practical life. We always start when the child first gets into school. We always start them with the practical life materials. Why? Can anybody tell me why? Why do you think we start them with practical life materials?
It's something they can, it's something that they do almost every day, even outside. It's what they do every day.
Any other person?
It helps build their muscles.
Any other person?
It's what they are saying around them.
Okay.
It's make them to normalize with the environment.
Practical life materials are materials that, at one point or the other, they've seen them in their homes. There's no child that has not seen a cup before. There's no child that has not seen a spoon before coming to school. A bowl, dressing frames, buttons, zip, velcro, shoelacing, pouring rice. We have rice there, we have water. We have maybe the things they might not have seen is knitting, needle, maybe they've not seen that one. But almost every other thing they've seen at one point or the other in their homes. Jugs, mugs, they've seen in their homes. You understand? That is why when they come newly, in the first Montessori area we introduce to them is practical life, because it helps them to settle down quick. It gives them like a previous knowledge, something to hold on to. Oh, this is cup. I've seen cup before. Imagine I start a child with geography and I give the child the sun. Day 1 in school or day 2. I carry this thing and I give the child. What do you think? Sure, those 2 years they will not run away from this thing. Would they be looking at me like, what is wrong with this woman? Which one is this? So that is why we start them with the practical life materials. We introduce them to the practical life shelf first, because it gives independence, coordination, concentration, and care of self and the environment. Pouring, spooning, food preparation, polishing, sweeping. Practical life area simply takes care of 2 things. The materials there takes care of 2 things: care of self and care of the environment. All the plates, the bowl, the cups and everything is for care of self. Or when you want to eat, is it not cup you use, you put your water or your drink or whatever you want to take. And then when you talk about the dressing frame, it's all the things we have on our dresses: buckle, zip, hook and eye, lacing and all these things, bow. So the practical life shelf talks simply about 2 things: care of self and care of the environment. Now, sensorial defines the senses and understanding of the physical world. It refines the senses and understanding of the physical world. We have the pink tile, we have the brown stairs, we have the color box, we have the geometric solids, we have the trinomial cube, the binomial cube. So the sensorial area makes children understand how the world works. The rainbow stacker, it talks about the rainbow. We have the Barik tablets, we have the scale, we have the knobless cylinder, we have the knob cylinder, we have the touch board, the taste board, the sound jars. So you see, it makes them understand the world. Different sounds. This sound is rice, this sound is pebble, this sound is water, this sounds like sand. So it makes them understand. The practical life shape, simply, we have the geometric flats. These are the metal insets. They are the flats of these geometric solids. These shapes is solid. These are the flats. The rhombus, the trapezium, they are all there. You understand? So it helps them understand how the world works, and in a subtle way, introduces them to maths. Because in Montessori, we make sure that children hold math in their hands before they hold it in their brain. They hold math in their hands before they hold it in their brain. Meaning they can do like this. 5 is 5. Is 10. They can hold math without seeing any book, without seeing any textbook, without seeing any formal board, calculator, counters. They can actually hold math in their hands. They can look like this and say, we have 2 fans, 2 wall fans and 1 standing fan. That's holding math in their hand. And math is all around them. Everything is math. I used to say, God actually had math in mind when he was creating the world. Doors are 6 feet. Normal doors are 6 feet. So the size they are cutting, the bricklayer doesn't need to see the carpenter to form the door. Windows have size 4x4, 4x6. Everything has maths in mind. Why are all fans in circular shape? Why are we not seeing fans in triangle? Because the blades will not go round if it is made in triangle. So you see, maths is everywhere. Roofs have size. Ceiling roof sheets have size. Aluminiums have size. Pan have size. Everything has a size. We humans, we have a size. You are either 4 this, 5 this, 6 this. You understand? So maths is everywhere. Now, mathematics, understanding quantities, numbers, and abstract concepts concretely. Numerals and counters. Number rods, that's the number rod behind you, the blue and red rod. Number rods, golden beads, 100 board. Those are some of the maths materials. We are going to, when you start going into each learning area, you will learn all the materials proper and their uses. Now, the next one is language, building vocabulary, writing and reading skills, sandpaper letters, movable alphabets, metal insets. Cultural studies, geography, botany. This is cultural. Geography is also called cultural in Montessori. Cultural studies, geography, botany, zoology, science, history, music and art, land and water forms, continent boxes, life cycle puzzles. These are life cycle puzzles. Life cycle of a butterfly, life cycle of an ant, life cycle of a plant, life cycle of a hen, life cycle of a frog. So we have life cycles there. And land and water forms, life cycle puzzles, map cabinets. Practical life. We are not going into each area now. Practical life, building foundational skills. The practical life area is the foundation for all other learning. Why is it the foundation of all other learning? If a child can hold a spoon very well, that child will be able to hold a pencil very well. If a child can hold a spoon very well and direct it to his mouth and there's no spilling, that child will be able to hold a pencil very well. Because it is the same tripod finger we use to hold spoons that most of us use to hold pencils. So you see, it starts from the practical life material before it goes to academics. Sensorial materials are practical life area is the foundation of all other learning. These exercises involve real life activities that children see at home, such as pouring, dressing, and cleaning. Their purpose is to develop fine and gross motor skills, independence, concentration, and a sense of responsibility by engaging in these purposeful activities. Children gain self-confidence and learn grace and courtesy, which helps them adapt to their social environment. If a child can dress up himself or herself, put on the socks, put on shoe, very soon they will get to a stage where they want to put on their shoe, you want to help me, so I can wear it myself. Haven't you heard them say it to you before? They'll say it to you. Children will tell you, I can wear it by myself, don't wear it for me. Mommy, don't wear it for me. Even if it's food, don't feed me. I can eat it by myself. Confidence, independence. It is you. Or let's say we are the ones getting afraid for them. Children are not afraid. Children don't know fear. That's why they can climb anything. They can climb back home. Children don't know fear. The original child does not know fear. Fear begins when the adult introduces fear to the child. Hey, don't go there. If you cut your hand, you're already introducing fear. Without you saying that, a child will hold candle like this. I remember my first child. Then we were still using candle. We will put candle here, she will crawl and go. One day the father said, leave that candle, put it there. Leave it. I want to carry. He said, don't carry it, leave that candle. I left the candle. We were watching her. She was going. At the point, she held it with her hand like this. The thing, but since that, the father carried the candle, followed her. He was running. He was running. I told you she will not touch it again. Leave the candle. So you see, touching it made her now understand that this can hurt. So we are actually the ones that introduce fear to children. Children don't fear. That is why we should always give them that confidence. If you look at most of these foreign early year settings, especially on Instagram, you will see most of those things on Instagram. You will see that they situate the school in a very big environment that has farmland, that have tree, or they take the children to that environment. They will allow them climb tree, climb anything, enter water, catch fish. They are helping them to conquer fear. They are giving them boldness. They are giving them the skill to be able to confront anything in life. They are not being wicked. They are not being careless. But here, most of us, we are helicopter parents. Hey, Joe, don't let her climb that tree, oh, please. They are going to climb tree. You know, I'm on your school, they are taking them to swimming pool. Swim. My son is not coming tomorrow. Mrs. Watuku, my son is not coming. We will come on Wednesday. Because we are afraid. Why are we afraid? It is the environment that raised us. We were also raised in fear. Our parents also raised us in fear. So we are passing it down. We are not giving the child a benefit of doubt. They are not saying climb. If you are going to fall, I'm here to catch you. Instead of positioning ourselves to say, you see now, did I not tell you you fall? Come down. Because we don't have good health service. You know that if a child has fracture, it's going to put you through a lot of stress to go to general hospital, to go to Bobby, to go to this, and we don't have good people there that will attend to you. I went to do my comprehensive medical test at General Hospital Bagada on Monday. My niece, that is a nurse there, when I told her I wanted to do that, she said I should come there, that they actually have new facilities. By the time she got there, she told me, Auntie, you are going to pay for test too. But if you don't want to be here till 7 o'clock in the night, are you ready to give money? I ended up bribing with 20,000. The whole test I did was 64,000. Everything, X-ray, my teeth, my eyes, my HIV, all of this, my kidney and everything. This woman practically left her office. She was taking me from one office to the other. And when she gets there, she actually beat the protocols for me. But by the time I was done. I had to part with 20,000. And me and myself, I parted with that 20,000 joyfully. Because the crowd that is there, hey, I got to that place at 15 minutes after 7. There were over 150 people on the line already, queuing to even take card. So that is why this is one of the things where we are afraid. Hey, I don't want wahala, because we know that we have a system that is not working. But in those clients where they have systems that are working, they will look away. Fracture is not anything. You go to the hospital, they know they will set the bones for you. You'll be okay in a few days. You'll be out. My sister fell in the snow many years ago. She fell in the snow. They said this. She was going to work. They said it's the fault of the government that the people like Loma, they did not come and pack the snow. They paid her almost $30,000 for damages. That she's going to stay at home for 1 month for her leg to heal, and she's not going to work. It's going to affect her work. They are not going to pay her. Mama was watching TV and eating chicken. I said, you break leg, you are eating chicken. You see, that's a working system. Break leg there in front of someone's office. If they will not arrest you, what are you doing in front of governor's office? Now, sensorial learning through the senses. Sensorial. It is learning through the senses. Sensorial materials are designed to help children refine their senses of sight, touch, sound, smell, and taste. Each material isolates one specific quality. The smell jar talks only about different odors. We have talcum in the smell jar. Talcum. We have mints. That's something like a aboniki or rum. We have spices like ephedrine. We have dry pepper. We have lavender. We have perfume. Different type of smells, so that this child will be able to distinguish which smell am I hearing, which smell, what am I perceiving. In the traditional way, our parents introduced this to us, but in an indirect way. So much so that if this is burning now, every one of us here will know that that's this burning. How did you know? Did you go to the person's kitchen? It's because you learned through time, hands-on. If somebody is boiling pepper and there is a lot of, it's going to be hot, it's spicy, I'm going to know through the smell, this pepper. Because of the way we were trained, our parents, oral tradition. How many of you did your mother stand you like this and started using measuring gauge to gauge salt? But there is what we call muscular sense. There's the muscular sense we all develop over time while we watch our mother, our grandma, our senior ones cook in the kitchen. That if you look at meat this big and say, this salt is enough. Or you are not eating too much salt. I don't want to eat too much salt. I'll put Maggi. And it will be enough. How? Muscular sense. Oyinbo will not do that. Oyinbo will rather use measuring so that they can be very, very careful. Now, each material isolates one specific quality such as color, weight, or size. This allows children to classify and categorize the things around them, organizing their intelligence and building a foundation for later work in mathematics, language, and geometry. Mathematics, from concrete to abstract. The mathematics curriculum introduces abstract concepts through hands-on concrete materials. Children first learn to count and recognize numerals. That's why I say they must first hold math in their hands before they hold it in their head. Then they use specialized materials like the golden bead to explore the decimal system and the functions of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. The progressive hands-on approach helps develop a solid and abstract understanding of mathematical principles. Language, communication, and literacy. The language curriculum focuses on building listening skills. When I did my diploma in early child EYFS, early years foundation stage, that's the early years program they use in the UK before they start the British curriculum in elementary. Language in the EYFS curriculum was divided into about four or five places. There is listening and communication. There is speaking. There is comprehension. There is grammar and syntax. They divided it into different areas. So it's not just English. It is different parts of English. I think that is what they are trying to do now in our new curriculum. But I don't know if they got it. I don't even know. Children begin by learning the sounds and shapes of letters using the sandpaper letters, which engage muscular and visual memory. I talked about muscular sense the other time. Muscular sense is, I saw this thing. This is the shape of a brain. These are all improvised. I improvised all of this. I did this by myself. I used paper mache to improvise the human intestine. This is the large intestine. This is the heart. This is the kidney. This is the brain. So the muscular sense we have, anytime you see something like this, whether online, whether you see physically, you know that they're talking about the brain, the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere. They don't need to write brain on it. So there is a muscular sense that children exhibit when they see numbers. 2, 3. I have an autistic child I'm presently doing therapy for. He's autistic. He's almost non-verbal because his speech are they are not coordinated. But this boy can count 1 to 50. He can even count back. He can count by 50, 49, 48, 47, and he's autistic. It's because the mother kept him at home till 3. He started school at 3. From birth till 3, the mother kept him at home and keep engaging him. So even though he's autistic, that boy has skills more than regular children that are in his class. The moment I raised letter R, he says sounds. Sounds. This is somebody that does not make eye contact. He doesn't make eye contact. Sounds. It sounds. You won't get what you say, but you will pick that word that is sound. So he can understand it. That's why the sensory issues, that muscular sense is still working. But the muscular sense will work perfectly if the teacher gives the child a good presentation. A good presentation. Good activities. Planned, well-planned lessons with the right materials. It is thick. It is thick because there's something called graphic capturing in children. I've experimented with graphic capturing when I was doing my thesis for my master's in early childhood education. I tried children that were in the toddler class, 18 months to 2 years, that can't identify letter sounds or alphabet. They can't identify small letters or the capital letters. But I wrote their names very big on cardboards. Each person's name: Emanuela, David, Shemilore, Tofunmi, Adana. There were about 20. I was a head teacher then, so I told my supervisor that I'm going to do this thing in the school. They should come and supervise me there. And I was engaging these children. I cut them on strips of cardboards. Every morning, during circle time, I will sit them down and I'll put all the names in the middle like this, and I'll raise it. Tofunmi, can you come and take your name, please? Tofunmi, and Tofunmi will come. I will give her. Emanuela. After 2 weeks, everybody knew everybody's name. You can go and try it. Everybody, the whole 22 of them, knew everybody's name. Because after a week, I started putting the names and I say, Emmanuel, can you go and take your name? And he will go for it. He will not miss it. This boy does not know letters. But there's a graphic captioning he has taken about that name, that my name, the shape, the form, the number of letters. He will go for it. Just 18 months. They knew it so much that if somebody stand up and is going to take another person's name, you hear them say, that's not your name, that's not your name. So graphic capture. So if we have been able to establish this through data and research, it shows that any topic we intentionally want to teach the child, structured learning, we plan it, we use the right material, it will work. Except if the child has a problem. Except if the child has a problem. Because actually, in special needs education, we've been able to establish that some children are uneducable. They are uneducable, they can't learn. But that's like 1 out of 100. So what happens to the remaining 99? So in all fairness, if we do what we are supposed to do as teachers, with the right materials, in the right environment, at the right time, with little or no distraction, learning will take place. Learning will actually take place. So, they then use tools like the movable alphabet to build words and sentences, naturally progressing towards writing and reading. Cultural studies, exploring the world. This area in UIFS, I did UIFS and I did Montessori. I settled for Montessori for a reason. Now this area in UIFS is called knowledge and understanding of the world, and I love that. I love that capture, but I can't use it in Montessori because Montessori calls it cultural or geography. But in UIFS, it's called knowledge and understanding of the world. Geography is the largest curriculum in Montessori. It's the largest. It goes from the land and water globes to the continents to the solar system and ends in the biomes. The biomes are the biggest and ends in the biomes of the world. Now, cultural studies encompass a wide range of subjects, including geography, botany, zoology, science, history, music, and art. Through these explorations, children develop an understanding of their community, their world, and their social responsibilities. They learn to appreciate diversity, respond to differences with respect, and develop an awareness of their place in the world. One of the reasons why we are having these tribal issues in Nigeria is because they introduced us to geography too late. It is when I deviated into early childhood education. I learned that 3-year-olds can learn geography. The first time I came across geography in my life, I was in Form 2 in secondary school. I was about 14 years. I don't even know where I was in the world. That's how bad it is. That's what geography, lack of information about your world makes you. If you ask a child now, which country are you from? She will tell you Nigeria. What state in Nigeria? Some of them don't even know state. Some will say Lagos State. Where is Lagos State on the map? Where is Nigeria in the world map? So they don't know where they are in the world. If they introduce geography to us early, all this bickering we see on Facebook every day, Igbo versus Yoruba, Yoruba versus Hausa, Hausa versus Fulani, this one, it will not happen. Because everybody would have understood that we are not actually far. Just cross one water like this, you are there. Just cross a border like this, you are there. I served in Mambila Plateau in Taraba State. That's why I did my NYC. That was, then it was Gongola State. It's now Mambila Plateau in Taraba State. It is like we used to enter Cameroon. From Mambila Plateau, it's if you are tired, you will climb, they will call it Achaba, Okada. If you are tired or you want to be lazy, you climb Okada. Then, maybe 200 or 300 naira. But you know compass now. When we want to explore, all of us will carry ourselves like 12. It's like we will enter Cameroon. We will just stay in border like this. They say Nigeria, Cameroon. So imagine Nigerians and Cameroons killing themselves. In that Mambila Plateau, if you see 50 couples, 25 are Cameroon and Nigeria. Is either the wife is a Cameroonian and the man is a Nigerian, or the man is a Cameroonian and the woman is a Nigerian. And they are living in Nigeria. They have entered Numan, Yola, Adamawa. They are there, many. They are the ones you hear names like Colette, Episteros. That's their name. Very, very strange names. So the reason why a lot of things are happening is we don't even know our place in the world. And that is one of the things, that's one of the gaps Montessori is helping us to bridge. Core principles of Montessori education. Several key principles from the foundation for implementing the 5 curriculum areas effectively. Number 1, respect for the child. Dr. Maria Montessori says that the same type of respect you have for the adult, you must have for the child. The same respect. Because they are humans in small body. Now we were all girls, little girls. Then we grow to become teenagers. Then we grow to become adults. When did your mom take you to the hospital to put uterus inside your tummy? Or to put breast for you? Or to put a fallopian tube? Meaning, when you came as a baby, as small as this, all those things were there. So children are actually complete humans and they deserve respect. This is the reason why when pedophiles abuse these small children, we call it abuse, because they devour their respect. They refuse to respect them. So one of the important keynotes of the Montessori method is that you must respect the child. You don't hit them on their head. You don't talk down on them. You don't tell them, come here. If I handle you, you don't use such words in the Montessori environment, because you must respect the child. This is the cornerstone principle. It means acknowledging children as individuals and giving them the freedom to make choices and learn without unnecessary interruption. A child is eating. An adult goes there and picks the egg on the food of the child. That's disrespect. Even if you are the mother. Even if you are the one that owns the food and you are giving her the food, come and take your food. And if she's eating plantain, or maybe you put beef on it, and then you go there, you pick one. That's disrespect. Go and take your own. You are not only disrespecting the child, you are teaching the child to disrespect others. As an adult, I never tolerate such things. Some people play with such things. You don't do such plays with me. I'll eat you, put your hand inside my food. No. I don't take it from anybody. If my children must do it, they will ask, Mommy, can I take? It's disrespect. I took what I can eat. Go to the kitchen and take your own. You understand? So, respect for the child. The second one is the prepared environment. The classroom is carefully designed to be a calm, orderly, and accessible space where everything has a purpose and a place. This allows children to engage with materials independently. Auto-education. The next one is auto-education. Self-education. Almost all Montessori materials have control of error. Almost all Montessori materials has what we call control of error. What do we mean by control of error? Control of error is when you are using it in a wrong way. The Montessori material will show you that you are using it in the wrong way. I can't stand like that. For example, stacking the pink tag, bringing the smallest cube, putting it down and putting the biggest. It's not going to stay. And that is how it is with all Montessori material. They have what we call control of error. What is the exact link for control of error? It is auto education. That with or without the teacher, the material itself will educate the child. So the children learn through interaction with the materials. Then, freedom within limits. That's the last one. No, hands-on material. Hands-on material comes before that. Montessori materials are auto-instructional and include a built-in control of error, like I said before, allowing children to recognize and correct their own mistakes independently, which builds self-esteem and problem-solving skills. Freedom within limits. Children are free to choose their work and move about the classroom, but within the ground rules of respecting themselves, others, and the environment. Good afternoon. We are done. We are done for today. Do we have questions? Questions? Do we have questions?